to Chem Classroom with Auntie Taiwo. Please click on the subscription button if you haven't done so. Subscribe and let's go to the class. So today we'll be doing Gay-Lussac's law of combining volume. Yes, we have studied our gas laws. We have done the Boyle's law, the Charles law, general gas law, ideal gas law. So your Gay-Lussac's law of combining volume states that when gases react, they do so in volumes which bear a simple ratio to one another and to the volume of their products if gaseous, provided temperature and pressure remains constant. Now there is one thing about Gay-Lussac's law of combining volume. You should know how to balance your chemical reactions, because if your chemical reaction is not balanced, there will be issues solving questions under Gay-Lussac's law of combining volume. And another thing is this: you can be asked questions in different ways. You can be asked to calculate the volume of the unused gas, volume of the residual gas, the total residual gas, the volume of the resulting gas. Now, the volume of the unused gas means volume of reactant that was not fully utilized. For example, maybe you intend to bake a cake. You have got your sugar, your butter, your flour, your egg. You discover that maybe after you are done making your 10 cupcakes, you will discover that at the end of the day, your sugar might remain, your flour might remain. So that is the unused constituent. Now, your resulting gas is what was produced. Yes, like maybe my 10 cupcake is what was produced, while the total residual gas is the sum of everything that was remaining after the reaction. So maybe my 2 cups of sugar was remaining plus my 10 cupcake. So that is my total residual gas. So let's go to the board and read the question. Okay, calculate the volume of the resulting gas, 1, unused gas, and the total residual gas when the following are made to react. Like I said, if you cannot balance a chemical equation, there will be issues here. So please go back to our video on chemical equation to learn how it's being balanced. So number 1, I have my carbon 2 oxide and oxygen gas. So carbon 2 oxide plus what? Oxygen gas will give me what? CO2. But I have to balance it because of the oxygen. I'll put 2 here, I'll put 2 here. So that balances my reaction. Okay, so now what are the volumes that was given? 70 cm³ was given here. 40 cm³ was also given here. Okay, so what's the volume of the resulting gas? Right? 2 moles here is representing what? 70 cm³, while 1 mole is representing 40. Okay, so are we pitching our tent with carbon 2 oxide? I guess right, because 1 mole here will be 35. So 35 times 2 will give us what? 70. And here they gave us what? 40. So for my resulting gas that is 2 here is also going to be what? 70 cm³. Good. So I've done for my resulting gas. Okay, for my unused gas, if 2 mole is 70, that means 1 mole will be 70 divided by 2, which is what? 35 cm³. So unused for oxygen, unused for my oxygen will now be what? 40 minus 35 to give me what? 5 cm³. Yeah. So my total residual gas, everything that was remaining after the reaction, will now be what? This 5 unused plus what? 70 to give me what? 75 cm³. Yeah, that solves it. So number 2, we are going to nitrogen plus what? Hydrogen. Okay, so when nitrogen and hydrogen react, ammonia will be formed. So I will have NH3. So we'll find a way to balance the reaction. Okay, what are we going to have here? What can I multiply? What are the multiples of 2 and 3? That is 6. So I'll put 3 here. 3 times 2 will give me 6. 2 times 3 will give me 6. So it's balanced for nitrogen and it's balanced for oxygen. So let us write what we were given. Nitrogen, we're given 42 cm³. hydrogen we're giving 120 cm cube. Okay. Yeah. So now let's get to work. For nitrogen, we're giving 42. If I say 1 mole is 42 here, it's not going to work. Because 3 moles here, 42 times 3 is going to give me 126, which is way above what is here. So I'm going to pitch my tent with hydrogen. Yeah. So I'm going to say hydrogen now. 120 divided by 3 will give me what? 40. So that means for 1 mole is going to be what? 40 cm cube that actually reacted. So here I still have my 120 cm cube. The resulting gas here, what do I have? For 1 mole is 40, so 40 times 2 will give me what? 80 cm cube. Just follow me gently. If you understand this concept, you are not going to have issues with that. So now my resulting gas is 80 cm cube. Then my unused for nitrogen is going to be what? 42 minus 40 cm cube. So I'm going to have 2 cm cube. So then my total residual gas will now be what? Plus 80. So I will have 82 cm cube as my total residual gas. So we have been able to solve 2 questions under Lassac law of combining volume, and I will want you to practice more questions. It's a very simple technique to follow. All right, so please, when next we meet, we'll be going to other aspects of chemistry. All right, thank you. Share with your friends, like, subscribe.